Hey guys, it's Lainey and today is Top 5 Wednesday. Before I go on, I'll repeat it again. Top 5 Wednesday is open to everybody, so if you would like to join, you can look down at this description bar down below and you will see our link to the Goodreads group. You don't need to do every Wednesday and you don't need to feel bad about not doing every Wednesday. I know I've gotten some inboxes that say, oh, I'm sorry I can't do Top 5 Wednesday this week. Totally okay. This is something that you can do every once in a while, every other week. If you don't like the topic, you don't need to do that Wednesday's topic either. I'm obviously just doing every Wednesday because I have created it. Today's Top 5 Wednesday topic is our top favorite sequels. Sometimes second books in trilogies and series can sometimes fall victim to second book syndrome, which is a filler between the first and the final installment or the next installment. Second books are very hard to live up to the standard as the first book held in our hearts. This is true for books, this is true for movies. These are my top 5 sequels that I think have lived up to the first book, if not have exceeded the first book. Coming in at number 5, Never Fade by Alexandra Bracken. I thought this book was a great second book to The Darkest Minds. I don't even know which one I like more because I pretty much match them at the same. I know a lot of people say they don't like how this is a non-stop action, how nothing ever stops, it just keeps going and going and going. I love books that do that. I love non-stop action. It's like I'm reading a movie. It's like I can visualize everything, and I don't really like slow parts in books. So this one was a great, just like non-stop action, and the character development in it was great, and the plot twist at the end of the first book was developed so well in the second book. So that's why Never Fade is number 5. At number 4 is Heroin by Veronica Rossi. This book did not fall victim to second book syndrome because I don't even see it as a filler between the first and third book. I see it as a continuation of the first book. Like, it never even stopped. This also really develops Arya and Roar's friendship, and as they go on their own journey, and Perry tries to bring together his tribe and everything. So it's not a filler. It's not. Heroine's number 4. Coming in at number 3 is World After by Susan E., which is the second book in the Angel Fall series, or Penryn and the End of Days series. This is not going to be a trilogy, so when the third book comes out, it's not going to be the end. From what happened at the end of the first book, everything, all the feels, and then this just picks up where it leaves off and just continues and continues, and you get swept up in the story and the characters and the descriptions and the world. Definitely you get more and more into this world that the angels have taken over Earth. This sequel is a great sequel. If you liked Angel Fall and you read this book, you will not be disappointed in how this book goes. Number 2 is Prodigy by Marie Lu. This book made my top read of 2013. Came in at number 2, believe it or not. While I loved Legend, I loved Prodigy even more. This book, you get so much into this world. In the first book, you are very confined to the Republic. In this one, you finally see the colonies. And the colonies are so visual. And everybody says that Marie Lu writes like an action movie, which is so true. I have never been so engrossed in action than I have been when I was reading this book. From the very beginning, when June and Day have to go to Las Vegas, to the colonies, to the flying hovercrafts and everything. It's just great. This is a great book. And finally, my number 1 sequel is none other than Catching Fire by Suzanne Collins. I read this book immediately after I finished The Hunger Games, because I read The Hunger Games for a class, but I read it early. I read it over the summer. I had to read this, and I borrowed it from my Kindle lending library, whatever, because Prime members can rent this series for free. So I real quick rented it right away, and this book is seriously the best sequel. Well, obviously, if it's on this list. You would think them going back into the arena would be a very dry storyline, but the way it is developed and the things that happen and the victors all having to compete against each other makes the story completely new. So that's why Catching Fire is number 1. They all are blue and green-ish, and then you get to Catching Fire, and Catching Fire is red. Those are my top 5 sequels. What are some of yours? I'd like to know, so you should put those in the comment section down below, and I'll check them out, and I will see you guys all later. Bye!